The village love story of Zakeyu and Esther, in the heart of a secluded African village, where the sun dipped into the horizon and painted the sky with hues of crimson and gold. There lived two young souls destined to become one. Their love story was one of fate, passion, and devotion. Zakeyu, a handsome and kind-hearted young man, had grown up in the village, surrounded by the lush green forest and the gentle rustle of the savanna grass. He was an active member of the village church, where he played the guitar and sang with a voice that could melt the coldest of hearts. Esther, on the other hand, was a beautiful and intelligent young woman who had moved to the village with her family a few years ago. She was shy and reserved, but her bright smile and sparkling eyes could light up the darkest of rooms. She had joined the church youth group, where she quickly became an integral part of the community. It was on a warm Sunday evening, during a church youth meeting, that Zakeyu and Esther first met. The meeting was filled with laughter, music, and inspiring stories. As they sat together, their eyes met, and they exchanged a warm smile. "Hi, I'm Zakeyu," he said, extending his hand. "I'm Esther," she replied, her voice barely above a whisper. As the days turned into weeks, Zakeyu and Esther found themselves drawn to each other. They would sit together during church services, share stories and laughter during youth meetings, and eventually, they started taking long walks through the village, exploring the surrounding countryside, and getting to know each other. One evening, as they walked through the village, Zakeyu turned to Esther and asked, "Do you believe in fate?" Esther looked up at him, her eyes sparkling with curiosity. "I'm not sure," she replied, "but I do believe that some things are meant to be." Zakeyu smiled, his heart racing with excitement. "I think we were meant to meet," he said, his voice filled with conviction. Esther's heart skipped a beat as she looked into Zakeyu's eyes. She felt a connection that she couldn't explain, a sense of belonging that she had never felt before. As the months went by, Zakeyu and Esther's love continued to grow. They would spend hours talking, laughing, and exploring the village together. They became inseparable, and the villagers began to notice the special bond between them. But their love was not without its challenges. Esther's parents were hesitant to accept Zakeyu, citing cultural differences and concerns about their daughter's future. Zakeyu's family, on the other hand, was overjoyed at the prospect of their son marrying the beautiful and intelligent Esther. Despite the obstacles, Zakeyu and Esther remained committed to each other. They would often sneak away to the village outskirts, where they would sit together, watching the sunset and dreaming of their future. One evening, as they sat together, Zakeyu turned to Esther and said, "I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me?" Esther's eyes welled up with tears as she nodded eagerly. "Yes, yes, 1,000,000 times yes," she exclaimed. The villagers erupted in cheers and applause when Zakeyu and Esther announced their engagement. The couple's love had conquered all, and they were finally free to pursue their dreams together. Their wedding was a beautiful blend of traditional African customs and modern flair. The village came together to celebrate the union of Zakeyu and Esther, and the couple exchanged vows in a beautiful outdoor ceremony, surrounded by friends, family, and the breathtaking African landscape. As they danced under the stars, Zakeyu whispered to Esther, "You are the rhythm that makes my heart sing." Esther smiled, her eyes shining with happiness. "You are the melody that fills my soul," she replied. Years later, Zakeyu and Esther would sit on their porch, watching the sunset, and reminisce about the day they met at the church youth meeting. They would smile, hold hands, and thank God for bringing them together in the beautiful African village they called home.